Welcome everyone to our second Emporia webinar. We are so thrilled to have Angie and Neil here with us from Next Level Resale. They, I'm sure, need no introduction, but I'm going to give them one anyways. I will say also, as just a fun little anecdote, Next Level Resale was one of the first partners that I got to meet as a new employee at Emporia, and they have been incredible to work with. So I, again, cannot thank you enough for attending and hosting this awesome presentation on growing your bottom line. So Angie is the creative visionary with a knowledge is the enemy of fear attitude. She guides store owners to build loyal communities and customer connection through store design, organizational skills, and branding. Her background is in developing processes and strategic training procedures for 911 centers and ensuring every detail works together to build award-winning businesses. Neil is the numbers guy with the pink calculator who is also wearing pink today. Thank you, Neil. He has 30 plus years of retail experience and 20 plus years in the resale industry, translating proven strategies for optimizing operations, processing, and finances. We are so thrilled to have Angie and Neil of Next Level Resale here. Without further ado, I will turn this over to them and look forward to the presentation.
Thank you, Lizzie. This is such an exciting time for us. But hey, Neil, got kind of question for you. You ready?
Okay.
Did you know that with everything that you do, there's a code?
There's a code?
There's a code. What seems like a secret, but sometimes it's something super obvious that we just don't pay attention to, and we don't keep in the forefront of our business minds and our strategies. So as we go through today, I'm hoping everybody can kind of put their thinking caps on and see what the underlying theme is that runs through all that we talk about. But before we get into that, let us introduce ourselves again. We are Next Level Resale. I'm Angie Halous, and I am a former 911 training manager who specialized kind of in policies, procedures, putting training programs together, breaking down 911 systems to make them work for the dispatchers. I owned Absolutely Her Women's Consignment in just outside of Omaha, Nebraska for about 9 years. Landlord issues kicked me out of the business, but not out of the industry. So then I became a consultant helping other stores, but then kind of got this call one day and the rest is history. So I'm going to introduce my sidekick, my business partner, Neil Abramson.
Hi, everybody. I am Neil Abramson. I am Angie's sidekick here, but I am the pink calculator guy, the guy that walks around with the pink calculator that sort of has its own following of its own. I have been a business coach and consultant to retailers for over 33 decades now. I have been a consultant and coach to the resale industry for more than 2 decades. I am a co-founder with my wife of ECI Stores in Leominster, Massachusetts, which is a multi-store operation, including a industry-leading separate processing and distribution center that where we process everything off-site away from the store, which is just an amazing thing in an assembly line process. But we help stores get to their next level through our processes and coaching and take them to the next level. So we're here today to help you boost your bottom line, okay? We are here to boost your bottom line and take you to be more operationally efficient, okay? Because that's where it happens. We have stores all the time that are worried so much about the top line. They want to hit that goal, $250,000, $500,000, $1 million in sales. Well, I got to tell you, okay, and I'm going to let a little secret out here, okay? We work with stores doing $2 million in sales, and the store doing $200,000 makes more money. So remember that the top line is how hard you're working. The bottom line is how smart you're working. And we're going to help you with that today.
Exactly.
Okay.
Ditch that gut feeling, Neil. Ditch the gut feeling.
Because it's not about what you feel. Okay. We're going to do a data-driven approach here because it's where when you get into the data is where it matters. And it all starts with the inventory. This actually goes back to my first day of consulting to retailers. They're like, you want the secret? Again, I'm letting out a secret here, Angie. I keep on dripping secrets.
You're telling it all.
They're like whispering to me and they're like, draw a big circle on your pad. And I'm like, drawing a big circle. I'm going to learn the secret of retail. And they're like, right, inventory in the middle. Inventory. Yeah, it matters. Okay. Becoming more profitable starts with your inventory and knowing your inventory and knowing where you're at today. Okay. It's not about comparing yourself to somebody else. It's knowing where you are at today and working on improving that. So we're going to start with your sell-through. And don't worry about the math here today. Okay. Worry about understanding the concepts. All the math will be in the download. So you don't have to be running and taking pictures with your camera, okay, of the screen or anything. Okay, well, if you want to take my picture, you don't have to do that. It's going to be, it's going to be all in the download. So we need to look at sell-through, okay, and understand where your sell-through is today. So the various systems that are out there, all the ones by Emporia, have different ways of getting sell-through. We're going to give you a simple sell-through formula. Okay, the amount of inventory sold within a period of time. I want you to look, for the sake of this, at 2023. We're so here at the beginning of 2024. I want you to look at 2023. How much inventory did you take in? Let's just start in units. I want to look at units and dollars, but just units right now. If you accepted 26,832 items last year, and so you're going to run an inventory report of what you received, and you're going to run another inventory report of what you sold last year. And in this example, we sold 18,416. We get out our little pin calculator, sold items divided by accepted items, and we'd see that our sell-through rate was 68.6%. And you're like, well, is that good? I mean, that means nearly 7 out of 10 items we're selling. Is that good? Is that bad? Should it be 9? Should it be 10? I want to sell 10 out of 10. What matters is where you are today. Where you are today, where your store, not your friend's store, not the store down the street, not the store across the country that sells the same thing, where you are. So in our example, you're selling 7 out of 10. And that means that 3 of the items. So like if you are sitting in your store right now, okay, if you are sitting in your store right now and you're looking at an incoming rack and you say, Susie just dropped off. She dropped off 10 items. And if your sell-through is 68.6%, you can look at that rack and you can know that 3 out of 10 of those are not going to sell. Okay, 3 out of 10. Which 3? Which 3 out of that 10 aren't going to sell? The sad part is most of you can tell me. Most of you can tell me, and you can tell me fast. Okay? But let's take that to the next level, Angie. Let's take the next step with this on inventory. Okay? Because the next thing is understanding your goals and making sure you have the right amount of inventory. Okay? Does anybody in the resale industry feel like they don't have enough inventory? Okay? Everybody in the resale industry is always saying to me, oh my God, I'm buried in incoming. Okay? I am buried in incoming. Okay? And that is wonderful that you feel buried in incoming. But we can tell you that most stores, okay, from working with so many clients over so many years, don't have enough inventory in their store to reach their goals. They're never going to hit it. They're never going to hit their goals because they don't have enough inventory. And let's show you, because math is fun. So
math is fun.
Huh?
Math is fun.
Math is fun. This is exciting math. This is a page turner, Angie. This is page turner math. Okay?
Yes, it is.
Okay?
It is.
So if we take your sales for the year divided by your units sold, we get an average price. So if we, in the example, and this is, our examples are not to make anybody feel bad. We know people with bigger numbers than this, and we know people with where the comma's moving over and it's a lot smaller. It's all good. It's where you are. It does apply to both donated and consigned inventory. We work with not-for-profit stores all the time that do not have enough inventory to hit their goals. Do not have enough inventory. So if your sales for the year were $368,320, and the number of units you sold, because we just covered that, were 18,416, your average item price in 2023 would be $20. Again, we're keeping the math simple, and all these downloads will be available to you. So don't worry about that. You don't have to be snapping pictures. You don't have to be testing my math here. Just follow the concept here. Follow the concept. Take a picture of me if you want. Okay. But let's say you wanted to have a modest increase. Your 2024 goal was $400,000. Your 2024 goal is $400,000. You sold $368,000 in 2023. We want to raise that up to $400,000. That's a modest goal. We can tell you that's a modest goal because that's just around 8%, a little over 8% of goal. A little over 8%. We can tell you that stores we're working with are easily seeing double-digit goal increases in 2024. So it is doable. But if your sell-through rate is 68.6% and our goal, keeping our math simple, is $400,000, our sales goal divided by the our sales goal divided by our sell-through rate will give us the amount of inventory we need to price, $583,090. That's what you need to price because you're only selling 7 out of 10 of each item. 7 out of 10. So goal divided by sell-through gives us the dollar value of inventory to price. Taking that a step further, okay.
Wait, Neil, before you take that a step further, and I'm sorry to interrupt in the middle of your equation, but someone had asked a question about whether this whole topic around inventory applies to both donated and consigned inventory.
It does. It does. It applies to both donated and consigned. I thought I answered that one.
Apologies.
Because a lot of not-for-profits don't have enough inventory. We see it all the time with not-for-profit inventory. And I'm happy to have that with that person. I'm happy to have a conversation on the side about it. But we see that all the time with not-for-profit stores. And keep in mind, not-for-profit stores is a tax thing. The IRS gives you a tax status. You still have to make a profit so that you can support your mission and move your mission forward. The amount of inventory to price, okay, is $583,090. If we divided that by your average selling price, that would tell you have 29,155 units that you have to price this year to be able to yield your $400,000 in sales. Absolutely, you can use this, Heather, for boutique clothing too. I know it's a lot of math and we're coming at you real fast. That's why you're going to have this in the downloads. And you're going to get the replay so you can slow me down.
Yes. And Heather, you can always reach out at hello@nextlevelresale.com.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But I'm going to break that down even further. That 29,155 works out to just over 97 items a day if you process items 25 days a month. Okay? 25 days a month. And we know this is different, okay? Because most of you have never looked at your inventory this way. You just have lots of stuff. You just have lots of stuff. And no, I'm not picking on you, Sarah, because your store is called stuff. But I mean, we all have lots of stuff. Americans have lots of stuff. The world has lots of stuff. I know we have people watching from around the world today. The next step in this, okay, is looking at your category sell-through. So you have your store. We know your store is selling 68.6% of inventory. The next level down from that is to look at your categories within your store. Okay? Making sure you have the right type. Looking at that last drop-off. Once you find this out, it is incredibly freeing. Once you know what your sell-through really is, it's freeing because you look at that rack, just like in our example here, and you're like, oh my God, if I'm only selling 7 out of 10, that means I took 3 items, and you know which 3 they are, you do, okay? When you have this number in your head, or the 2 items, or the 4 items, it doesn't matter. You know that, and you start saying no to the so-so, okay? But you also look at this from a category perspective. You look at tops, you look at bottoms, you see who's bringing that average up and who's bringing it down. so that we can keep it all moving. It's about getting what your customers want, okay, so that we can keep this moving and keep your store humming at an amazing rate. What business are you in? What business are you guys in? Put it in the chat. Tell me what business you think you're in. I'd love to hear what business you're in. And I bet you, Angie, okay, I mean, I'm not going to give away a secret here, but I'm betting nobody's going to say, you're in the business of selling stuff.
Yeah.
Well, yes,
Ooh.
Jasmine, you actually nailed it. You are in the service business. You are in the service business. You are in the hospitality business. And saving landfills. You're saving the environment. You're saving the world. Exactly. Okay, you are in the service and hospitality business. Okay, and it is okay to value yourself, to value your business, to value the service you provide. Okay, you are providing an incredible service. Okay, and one of the ways you can add to the bottom line is by having fees. Okay, you don't have to be a bank to add fees. You as a business and a resale store can add fees too. An item fee is a fee that's added on an item, okay, so that that changes that the buyer pays. It's as simple as that. So if you have a $10 item and you had a $1 buyer's fee, okay, the tag out of your software would print $11. So that $1 would go right to the bottom line. How smart you're working, okay, and the $10 would be based on is what your consignment split. This is a standard industry practice going back decades and can really enhance the bottom line. We also suggest using a tiered approach to this based on item selling price, but the bottom line is to have an item fee and offer that so that you can enhance your bottom line. How many of you clean or maintain or do other things to the items? Okay, you get that beautiful person. If it were just cleaned up a little bit, that table that has that water stain, and then it'd be perfect. That couch that still smells like Fido, so you clean it. Okay. I mean, I know some of you even have washing machines in your store or sew a button on something. Absolutely. Okay, that is a service. That is part of the service you're providing. That is an enhanced thing. Charge for it. That stool that'd be perfect if it weren't so wobbly. Okay, charge for it. Okay, charge a fee for that. It's okay to charge a fee. Okay, who goes to an ATM? Anybody go to an ATM? Okay, and get money? I mean, I'm old enough to remember when you could get $5 bills out of an ATM. Yes. Okay. When you get your money at the ATM, is it free? Okay, or do you take $100 out and you see $104 come out of your bank account? So if you are mailing checks, if you are ACHing checks, if you are PayPal Venmoing checks, it is okay to charge a fee for that. It is okay to charge a fee for that, okay? And it is a industry practice, okay? I'm not saying gouge people, but it costs money to print checks. It costs money to send ACH payments. It costs money to use PayPal. It is okay to charge for it. A great way to help defer the cost of the software that's running your business is charging people a fee for online access. Charging a fee when they have active consignments with you for the online portal, so they have access to their account, is a great way to offset and defer the cost of your consignment software. And how about who likes to be special? Angie, you like to be special? You like treated like
special.
You know, a rock star when you go places?
I like special. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, hey, VIP memberships matter, and they matter on both sides of the equation in the resale industry. You want to be a VIP shopper? That gets me early access to shopping events, special discounts, ability to return items. Okay, ability to return items if I'm a VIP member. From the supplier side, I can drop off anytime, or I can drop off special, or I can do certain things without an appointment. I can do things outside normal hours. I can bring in over the limit. or maybe I can pick up items that aren't accepted. Having a VIP membership service, again, connects people to you. Then they're going to choose your store versus the store down the street because they're already a member with you.
Exactly. But here's the thing, Neil, sometimes money isn't always found in money. Sometimes money is found, nope, it's found in the opportunities. And what we're talking about is encouraging bigger purchases. These are operational opportunities. When you know your customers, when you understand what they want, your store should represent who they actually are, not who you thought they were going to be. We started our store thinking we were going to be one kind of store, ended up being middle of the road, and it was the biggest blessing ever. But I had to understand who my clients really were by using an avatar. You guys know about those avatar based off of demographics and psychographics like values and attitudes, and they want a healthy lifestyle. They believe in sustainability. They want experiences over stuff, the quality of items. So when you have those kinds of opportunities to know your customers, work on it, get to really know them. And you're going to do that through actively listening. And I'm not talking about just having to talk, just talk. Actively listen by being fully engaged. Listen with the intent to understand rather than the intent to respond. So many times that art of conversation is lost because we're always looking for the next thing to say. But when you start asking open-ended questions, you're going to get a lot of information from your customers that's going to help you build your store and encourage bigger purchases. And you do that by offering personalized service. You get to know your customers by name and remember their preferences. Okay, so before I go any much farther, how many people have tried to use a wish list in their store? Whether it was a book, the point of sale, what were the VIP benefit ideas again?
Yeah, we'll cover it at the end.
Yeah, we'll cover that back again. But does the wish list work for anybody? Has anybody made this work? Because I want to show you something that's a little different.
I hear sort of. Nope.
Sort of. Nope, never did, right? How about a wish wall? You know, this is where your customers and your suppliers meet. It's not happening outside of your store, it's happening within your walls because your customers are saying, your shoppers are saying, hey, I need a pair of pink boots in a size 8. Don't have any of those, but if you put it on the wish wall, tell them what you're looking for and their account number, because your customers all have account numbers, put it up on the wall. So when the suppliers are coming in, my consignors are coming in, I'm saying, hey, go check out the wall. You might have something up there that somebody's looking for. They're doing all the work for you on this wish list. You're not having to touch it really, except they'll go wipe it off when it all gets done. Because then you go, the boots come in, you go, you find the account number 57, you call them, you let them know that it's in, personalized service, transaction works, you wipe it off the wall. But you're also learning about and identifying trends, right? Because you might be finding what everybody's kind of looking for the same thing. So you're going to see that. And that's going to increase your bottom line because you're going to start actively asking your suppliers, your consignors to bring you that stuff, that category. You're also going to find out what's happening in your community. If everybody's looking for cowboy boots, okay, something's going on, right? Because that's something a little different. If you're in a city and not a cowboy country kind of a place. So then you can see, oh, there's like River City Roundup. There's the county fairs going on. So you can do all of these different ways to be like actively involved. Start telling people, we have boots. People are bringing them. We have boots. We have this. We have that. It's a great way to build this a wish wall, kind of enhance your customer service. But it's not. You're not doing the work. You're doing the sitting back and letting them do it for you, which is kind of a fun way to get them connected anyway. But when you know your inventory, when you know what's coming in and your team has walked the walk, means they walk the store, they understand what it is, they look at, they just know the inventory, right? And you share that insight if you've been off or you have a new arrivals rack and you can say, hey, go check the new arrivals rack to see what came in. That's really important. That's really important for your team to know because then they're learning about brands and the backgrounds and they're able to help sell products based off of, this is not fast fashion. This is quality material made in the USA. It's, great craftsmanship, whatever it is that you're selling. They're going to understand that. They're going to see that you know your inventory. But what else is going to happen is how many people here say that they want that they want or they give the honest opinion. So when someone comes out of the dressing room, are you giving an honest opinion, or are you giving an honest opinion with an encouragement, right? Meaning saying they come out in this dress and you're like, something's not right. So you say, that doesn't hit you right, but this dress just came in. Try this on, try this necklace on, because you want it to enhance. You don't want people to look at your waist. So you want people to come up here and look at it. So you're encouraging bigger purchases because you know what you have. Absolutely. You could also use a small dry erase board. Thanks, April. But you're learning how to do all these things, and you're teaching your customers on how to put things together, whether it's home decor, whether it's clothing, kids' toys, putting packages together for crafts, right? Exactly. We don't want people to get home and say they hate it. But part of what you're doing with the material that's coming in, with the items that are coming in, is you're doing your visual merchandising. Not everybody knows how to put things together, right? Outfits, hard to do. Home decor, putting a room together can be hard. But your visual merchandising does that. And you do it in clothing with all the same size, and you accessorize the heck out of it. It's not just a dress with a pair of shoes on the floor. It's a dress with a cardigan or a jacket and a great necklace, maybe 2 or 3 layered, and earrings and bracelets. You're attaching those to the mannequin. You're putting the purse, you're putting shoes, you're doing it all decked out and kind of making some of them funky so people can see outside of the box. Same thing with your home decor. You're building rooms. You are showing people how to pull things together and reminding them of like that rule of 3 or that odd rule for decorating. So you tell them about this, so they want to buy 3, right? So you can do all these things with your visual merchandising. And it's really a great way to encourage bigger purchases because they're seeing the whole thing, right? So when you're trying to find some place to put this lamp or this vase and you're walking around the store, don't just throw it in a display because there's room. What you're doing then is you're showing your customer, this is what clutter looks like, right? You're not showing them what's possible. My house is cluttered enough. I want to walk in and see just this really cool room and see how to pull it together. I want to walk into a store that has an easy flow of progression through the store. So when you get off of this today, go and look through your store, walk it, see where you're having places where people are getting stuck. See where you're having places where people might not be able to get out of. I'm not going to go into a space that I'm going to be stuck in there because someone comes behind me, right? So you're getting things out, making sure that people have room for wheelchairs. I was in a wheelchair for a while, and it was very difficult to get through stores. So all of these things, you want to create this area, this whole store that people love and want to come in and just want to shop and have fun. Because what you're doing, you guys, if you actively listen, if you master number 2 and actively listen by knowing your customers, you're going to learn their problems. You're going to hear what's going on in their lives, and you're going to be able to help solve them, because that's what you do. You are a service-based business. You solve problems, but you might not understand what their problems are, and you might not be telling them you solve problems. Because, okay, I'm going to guess here. I don't own a home store. I never did, but I shop a lot of them. What do you hear most often in home stores, right? I don't know what I like. I have a hodgepodge of items I can't pull together. It looks too cluttered. It looks too sterile, right? Listen to what they're telling you. If you're a clothing store, what's the number 1 thing you probably hear all the time? I'll say it. I have a closet full of nothing to wear. That's exactly that was my whole life. People thought that I had it all together. I had all these great clothes in this great closet, all color coded. No, I didn't, because I was too rushed to do it myself. So when people are telling me this, because if you didn't know, the average woman takes 17 minutes to get dressed every day because they have a closet full of nothing to wear. They don't know what they like. They've gained weight. They've lost weight. All these things are happening in their lives. And when you say 2 magic words, 2 little words, you are validating them, and you are showing them, you're going to show them success through this. Me too. When you say, hey, me too. My closet's a disaster. Me too. I don't know what to wear. Me too. I've gained weight. I've got no clue. Let's figure this out together. Or, yeah, I had a closet full of nothing to wear, and this is what I did. I took 10 things out of that closet a day. 10 things. I donated 10 things. I had stains, 10 things of this. I brought things into consign. Give them baby steps and let them see success. Show the story. When you say me too, it's an incredible validation that you're human and you're a real person just like they are, because sometimes they put you up on this pedestal and you're like, I am nowhere near that. The other thing that's happening here, you guys, if you haven't noticed, is you're getting a lot of sales training in this whole presentation that we just did, that I just started talking about, because you're ensuring that your team has product knowledge, customer service, and understanding sales techniques by doing these things. It's that art of conversation, giving customers room to breathe. Customer service is more than just saying, and sales is just more than just saying, can I help you find something today? And then walk away. Oh, I'll be over here. No, it's being available. It's showing other options. It's upselling. It's doing all of these things, creating things. So that's what it's one of the things that's really important for you to start working on, is encouraging bigger purchases by doing all of the things that you see on your screen, because it's going to happen. And when that happens, Neil, you know what you're going to need?
Increased sales and revenue. Who wants more money? More money. More money, people. More money. And you can, one of the operational opportunities to get more money is through buy now, pay later. It is the layaway for millennials. I mean, many of you remember going to Sears and putting things on layaway, or Kmart and putting things on layaway. The layaway for millennials is buy now, pay later. The Sezzles, the Afterpay, the Affirm, the Klarna, all those services. It doesn't matter what they call it, the Shop Pay with Shopify. All those services offer a way to get instant gratification. I can have it now, okay, and pay for it over time. I can have it now, okay. What the ultimate thing that people want to hear? I can have it now, okay. But for you as a store owner, you can make it gone now, okay. You can turn your inventory faster. We started by talking about sell-through, okay. We started about talking about sell-through. Well, this gets things sold faster. But more than that, okay, more than that, it gets okay, it increases conversion, but it allows, okay, people to do it now, to get their item now, but it allows you to get the revenue now, okay? The money, you get paid, okay, even though they're paying over time, you get paid just like a credit card deposit. And these things are amazing with that, these services. Yes, they improve your customer experience and your loyalty. But it also, yeah, it comes with a cost. It costs about double the cost of taking a credit card for most of those services. Okay, all those pay in for services and the like. But the part that you don't hear with that, because some of you are just looking at the cost, you're missing the opportunity in the dollars. You're missing the opportunity in the dollars. And that opportunity lies with that the average sale on a buy now, pay later is about 20% larger, okay, than your average in-store ticket. Okay, so if you can increase your sales 20%, paying a little more to get it, and to get it gone now, turn your inventory now, which helps your suppliers. Okay, your suppliers are going to bring you more stuff faster. Okay, helps your bottom line. This expense is worth it. It is something that we do teach, okay, to add to the price, okay, to build into your prices when your revenue from buy now, pay later services gets to the point of about 20% of your total store's revenue. When you hit the 20% mark for total store revenue coming from buy now, pay later services, you should be increasing your prices to compensate for it. It will not deter your sales, but it will help with the bottom line with that. The other thing is, even though the millennials love buy now, pay later and those services, is actual layaway, okay? Because when you have layaway, there are many people that from their budgeting love, especially with luxury items, your Chanel, your Louis Vuitton, those purses, they love them, okay? And they'll give you $250 a week, but they're not going to give you $1,000 all at once. Okay, they're not going to give you the $2,000 all at once. It's just their internal budgeting. It's just what they see on their credit card statement drives them nuts when they see a $2,000 purchase all at once. But when they see that $250 or $500, they're okay with that. And I'm not going to argue the sociological side of that, but I'm talking the reality of it. And we have designer stores that do an incredible layaway business because it is a continual. With both these buy now, pay later services and with layaway, they finish one and they start another. Okay, and you want to be that choice to keep people coming back to you and offering those services. They'll pick up their Louis Vuitton purse and they'll put another one on layaway. And it is an amazing feeling, an amazing sense when you watch that bottom line go up with those two services.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys a question, and just if you could answer it in the chat, because it's kind of, we'll see what happens. So have you ever had that thought pop into your head when it's like, hey, I wonder if whatever happened to so-and-so? I haven't seen them in a while. I haven't seen like my usual Saturday crowd, but Donna's not in the Saturday crowd. Where has she been? Does anybody ever have that happen to them and then they go and do some detective work to see where they went to? Yes. Jane, thank you. Yes, yes, all the time. Okay, so I'm not the only one. I like to do the detective work. I like to check the obituaries, right? I know that's awful. I check the obituaries. I check social media. I check my competition's social media page to see if they're over there. Yes, Rachel, thank you, right? So here's the thing, something happened to make them stop from coming, right? Something made them leave. And we're going to get in that to a minute, get into that in a minute here. But you can't just ask the question, I wonder whatever happened to, and then let it go, because there is such power in that knowledge. We're going to get into that because it takes, thanks for validating my feelings there too. It takes it's 5 times more expensive to gain a new customer than it is to retain a current one. But that doesn't mean that we should ever stop working towards new ones. We have churn, we have turnover, but it's more cost effective because these people already know you. They already have been in your store. They know that you exist, but you have to get them back. Something happened to make them leave, but we want to get them back. It doesn't matter if it's a shopper or a supplier. We want them back. So here's what, because both sides matter to your store, right? Does anybody ever get upset when the suppliers come pick up their money and then walk out the door, right? That used to be one of the biggest things that used to be like, I don't understand. Why are they doing that? Why aren't they shopping I have great stuff. It's the same kind of stuff that they're bringing in, right? But you guys, your suppliers, your best suppliers should not be your best shoppers. You want them going out to the stores out and about, and you want them to go pay full price and then bring you that stuff. And you know who they are. They're the ones that go out there, they make the purchase, and then all of a sudden you get all these new with tags items because they couldn't return them. They forgot to return them, right? It's such a great feeling when these come in. So don't be upset when your suppliers are picking up their money and running. Be happy because they're coming back, and you remind them to keep coming back because you're doing what you already do. They know you exist. You're not going to have to cold call someone. You're just going to re-engage. You're just going to reach out. You're going to remind them why your store is there and why it is amazing. Amazing. If you don't know that story, we'll tell you sometime. But it's through your brands, what you offer, how much money they save, and it keeps them coming back. Because it's easier to retain a current customer, and loyalty is the key. Because when you reach out to them, they see that you are interested in them. You want to maintain that relationship. But why should they be loyal to you? You have to build into your story how you reach your customers, what you do. You show appreciation. You're transparent. You're showing them, hey, you do have money in your account, right? Because what's going to happen is you're going to find out when they start coming back what it was. And remember from the listening part, you're going to actively listen to understand, not to respond. So when they come in using some of the methods we're going to show you, you're going to say, hey, it's great to see you again. We haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? And if they seem more open to it, like, we really miss seeing you. Has something changed that made you come in less often? Did something happen? Or what was it? And then you have to listen. Is it your staff, your product, your price, your location? Maybe they moved. Maybe it was a negative experience they had. You didn't meet their expectations of what was promised, whether that was perceived or actual. Are your policies customer centric or are they you centric? Meaning, do you not let them do returns? You make them do appointments, limit the items that they can bring in, limited hours, because it's easier for you, not for them, right? Sometimes that's the reason why people leave and they go to other stores. Or could it be your store is boring? People want to have fun. So what are you going to do? We're going to get them back. This is just an idea of a hello card that we've used with clients. Does anybody ever mail out cards, like snail mail cards? If you can, like, tell us in the chat, do you do that? Do you send out hello cards, invite to an event, celebrate their birthday? You know, when you send out a card and you put some kind of handwritten personal message on them, it makes them feel like you're still attached to them. It makes them feel like you really, yes, customers love it. They love it. Twice a year, Lou does. So you can sign them yourself, right? Or you can write a quick note on them. But here's what we're seeing with our clients with a hello type of a card. If you send, we have them send these out twice a year. And if you look at the example, there is no expiration date. It saves on your postage cost on your printing costs. I'm sorry. You can send them anytime, and your customers can hold on to them as long as they want. You send them out twice a year if they haven't been back for 4 months or more, right? So what happens is they get sent out during the slower months of January and July. And these are the results that we've seen from our customers. On average, they mail about 549 cards. They get a return of 25.8%. So about a quarter of them get returned. They're generating $11,000 off of these cards in sales. The $5 coupon off of this is about $2,000. So they're earning about $9,000 approximately by sending out a snail mail card, right? Twice a year. So almost 20 grand just for one little card that's sent out. So think about offering this. Think about doing this, going through your reports and pulling them and seeing what's going on. And then when they come in, find out what happened. Because you don't want to hear that one of your team members said to one of your consigners, oh, who's going to want to put their feet in your smelly shoes? True story. Don't want that to happen. Neil, how do you feel about Kohl's Cash?
I have a love-hate relationship with it, Angie. You know, it is marketing genius. Okay, it is absolute marketing genius. Okay, but I hate it because I understand what it's designed to do. Okay, I understand it, and I understand how well it works. Okay,
it works. Yes, it works so well.
Really, really well.
So just tell me in the comments if you have a love, a hate, or a love-hate relationship with Kohl's Cash. We're just curious. I just want to know because mine is definitely the love-hate. I love getting it, but I hate having to spend it. I hate having to go back there. So think about this, a 232 formula, because we like to strategically plan for everything that we're doing the year. Yeah, do it in December for January. Whatever you call yours, comeback bucks, resale rewards, bonus bucks. What it is you follow this 2 visits within 30-day time frame, 2 times a year. Really easy to do. So the first part is they have to earn the rewards, and we're going to plan this out, right? You're going to hand it out again when you're busy and return when you're slow. Your goal is to get your customers to spend more than your average sale during that first purchase to earn the reward. So if your average transaction spend is $26, you bump up that minimum to 30 or 35. And you have your team say to people as they're checking out, hey, you're only $3 away from your reward. You know, we have these cute earrings or these little candles or these crispy bars, these Rice Krispie bars. That's going to bump you up and you can earn your rewards. People will spend more to earn that silly reward, right? We do it all the time. So you run this promotion that they can earn it for between 4 and 14 days. I will go back and buy more to get those bucks every time. Absolutely, right? But in between time, you are going to increase your inventory. You are going to really ramp that up to give customers a lot of choices for purchasing. And in between time, you are going to be telling people, hey, don't forget about your rewards, your resale rewards or your bonus bucks, because you want them to come in. You want to remind them. And it's just so, hey, you see this great purse? You can use your resale rewards on this, right? And then visit 2. They come back. If you want to have a minimum spend to redeem, that's completely your choice. Again, 4 to 14 days to redeem them. but then prepare for a busier time at that redemption, as your redemption is going to end because people wait till the last minute. But there are times that we do an event called Secondhand September. And so that's when you encourage people to take the pledge to shop secondhand during the month of September. So our clients are running this comeback bucks type of a thing from August to the end of September. And when you come in, you can earn, and that's just kind of this whole cyclical thing, but it's encouraging people to shop secondhand. And it's also having them do multi-store events with other consignment resale thrift stores in your area and get the word out. But another great thing, so those are your shoppers. What about the, hey, you have money? This was one of the best things we did too, because you can do this all year long and you can stagger the times that you send them out or who you're sending them out to. So it's not all at once. Be strategic and use it during the slower months or when switching seasons and need more of specific items, and you can list them out. It's just saying, hey, Sue, excuse me, you have a balance of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on your account. You can stop in and cash it out. So telling them how to get it, telling them what you're looking for, thanking them, and going on your way by signing your name, right? So when you send these out, you're going to have more people coming through to pick up that money. And remember, it's okay if they just come grab the money and go. It's okay to do that.
Absolutely. You are the ultimate Main Street business because resale is the heart of the community. Okay. It is local supporting local. Your store sources locally, employs staff from the local area. Items are sold locally primarily. Money from the items sold goes right back to locals. It stays all right here. Okay? It stays all right here. You are there to be a part of your community with upcycling and repurposing workshops, crafting with secondhand pieces, education and skill selling. It's not about selling, but about connecting. It is about connecting and creating that heart. And I can see Angie's face. She forgot one.
I forgot to scan, but it is in your download. It's in your download. We will throw
that in the downloads. Don't worry about it. We will have it. This is an amazing download. We actually had this featured by the National Retail Federation in talking about resale. So is where this was originally done.
I am such a goof. I'm so sorry about that. But we talked before about, you want to re-engage your old customers, but you have to get the new customers in. I know we're kind of running out of time, so I'm going to go through this a little bit quicker, but it's really important.
You have as much time as you want, Angie. Don't stress.
Are you serious? Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Lizzie. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to go through this. Okay. Gaining new customers. It's really important to strategically plan how you're going to do it, but it doesn't have to be complicated. And it is because you know your audience and what they're looking for. And it's going to be about word of mouth and your online presence and your promotions and all of these things that you're going to do. But you have to figure out that avatar. You have to figure out who your customers really are. And then you figure out where they are. And then you're going to kind of go after them from there. But here's the biggest, I think one of the biggest things that we might not realize, and that's word of mouth. 92% of consumers trust recommendations from friends and family over all other forms of advertising. 92%. So when you look at this graphic that's on the screen, let's say that I come into your store as a new customer and I'm like, I love everything about it. I will give a shout out to Bartow, Florida. Yes, I love your store. I was in there not last weekend, the weekend before. Since you moved, love the new move. So I'm in there and I can make a purchase of $30, which is the average spend. If I go and tell 5 of my friends and they all go check out the store in Bartow, the vintage and store in Bartow, and they all spend $30, which is the average spend, that's $150. So between my 5 friends and myself, we've got $180, right? If they come back, if we all come back just one time a month, that adds $2,160 onto your sales goal, right? A lot of money for one person telling 5. But Neil, what happens when that 5 start talking?
It is that multiplication factor on overload. It is that slight edge change, okay? Even if they are only telling one person, and we're getting another $30. Each of those 5 gets you another $150, gets you 180. So each 5 gets you another 180. It is this power of communication, the power of multiplication, and it works. Okay, people love to hear what people love.
Exactly. And here's the thing, millennials, if they're your audience, they rank word of mouth as the #1 influencer in their purchasing decisions. Baby boomers do word of mouth as big ticket financial and big ticket decisions in purchasing. So get out there and let them know that you're there. Melinda, I will meet you one day soon, I promise. How about referral programs, right? Sometimes word of mouth is great, but sometimes it's that little bump of a card, that little incentive. So these are just an example of a referral card that we did to build that know, like, and trust factor, right? So we're focusing, your store focuses on customer service. We define it more than we just say it. We have best inventory. We hold engaging workshops and events, whatever you do. The main thing is to let your customers know. And with your referral cards, more people are going to hear about you. So what this does is, I'm a new customer. I take this card, I give it to my friend, they bring it in, they get $5 off the purchase, and I get entered to win a prize. And you guys, the secret here, everybody gets a prize. Everybody that refers, they get something. And so I will put my name or my account number here, whatever way, so that they can be looked up to reward me as giving that card out. But it's these referral programs, again, it's just this word of mouth. It's telling people what's going on. But you have to get people to want to come in. If your store is boring, it's kind of a hard thing, right? So you have to be engaging in your promotions and your events. And this doesn't mean having a sale all the time, not at all. You don't have to have a sale to get people in, but you have to be creative. So get ideas from other areas of the country, other industries, be unique, and focus on building relationships, because that's really important. Because what's going to happen is, instead of having a sale, you want to increase social media followers or presence. You want to build that community. You want to collect emails and phone numbers for a VIP texting club, build a community there. You're increasing traffic to your store, brand personality, and showcasing another cause when you meet up, when you decide that maybe you want to work with a pet place, pet adoption. So you're getting those customers into your store and showcasing a cause and showing the community, again, building relationships, right? Thanks, Heather. I love that wish list wall too. I gotta tell you, it was fun. But here's what I think is really kind of an interesting statistic for you guys. If you did not know that, 1,260 is the average number of views a month gets business receives. Over 1,200 views you receive a month, and 88% of local searches lead to calls or visits within 24 hours. That's a lot. That really is a lot. And so what's happening though, we're seeing places being marked as temporarily closed. Have you seen that? So what's important, and we put this in your downloads, is it's a checklist of things to look at. Your store hours. Is it showing you're closed? Are the store hours right? Is your address correct? Do you have new and updated pictures talking about your event? It's things to hook people through your Google business listing. A lot of people kind of just do this and put it off to the side, but people are searching for you, especially new people coming to town. I'm new to Florida, relatively new, I guess. I'm new to Florida. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go get my haircut. I don't know where to go shopping. I don't know. I find things by accident and by Googling and hearing somebody talk about it on social media. So make sure that things are right. And we have all this information, being accurate, doing your cover photo, your profile, your bio, and having a mix of reels and stories and posts. And you need to tell a story, not just have ads scrolling of all of your stuff, all of the stuff, right? But here's the other one: responding to reviews, even the negative ones, thanking them for taking the time to review. People are watching to see what you're going to say, and that's going to determine if they're going to walk in that door. I'll be honest, I was going to go get my haircut. I went and looked at these reviews the owner did, and it's like, oh heck no, I am not walking in that place. So think about what you're saying in social media and as you respond, but also take the time when someone tags you in a photo or in a post and mentions you, 66% of respondents under the age of 34 are likely to give a referral if they've received social recognition. If you give them a shout out, they are going to refer people to you. So think about that too, if that's your demographic. And understanding, again, your demographic is so important. Here you are.
Well, everybody wants an instant pill, and I am the son of a pharmacist, but I don't have a pill for instant success. But I do know that if you incrementally work on your business and you actually track the progress, because if you measure it, you can improve it. If you do not measure it, it is unimportant to you, and it is not something you will improve. But if you do that, okay, if you measure it, you can improve it. You can take yourself through from 68% to 72%. You're not going to go from 68% to 90% overnight. Okay, it's just not going to happen. And it's an unrealistic goal to set for yourself. But if you set for yourself realistic goals, if you track the progress, okay, you and your team, even if you are a team of one, can improve it.
Yes.
And scan there for the downloads, but they'll all be there. Hey, we are in this business to help you take ideas from skill. We've given you a lot of ideas here today, and to help you work on your business. We are in the coaching and training business. That is what we do. That is what we spend every day, every waking day, doing to help our clients reach their next level. We do that through monthly memberships. It helps people take the idea go from idea to skill. You can get lots of ideas online. You can get lots of ideas in Facebook, but we help you master the skill and coach you to your level of success, okay, to what success means to you. Don't chase somebody else's dream. Chase yours. Early on in your business, the harder you work, the more you make. As your business evolves, as you do this, okay, and I know some of you are tired, you need to close or take days off for it, but the early days, the harder you work, the more you make. As your business grows, the smarter you work, okay, the more you make, the more time you spend on your business, and that is what we help people do to achieve the life that they want, and the team and the store that they want. So we have a great introductory offer on our educational membership here, where you can take 33% off your first month. Just use promo code BOOST. We also teach in-person classes. In person, like if you are coming to socialize, wrong place to come, because we are going to put you in a seat, okay? Except for when our assistant / Zumba instructor gets you out of your seat to move. But we're going to put you in a seat for 3 days and teach you how to create policies and procedures in your store that work with your team, that will help you have the team that you want, so that you can have the life you want away from your business. So it won't be the end of the world when Susie leaves your store. Oh my God, what am I going to do? It's okay. McDonald's is run by 17-year-olds in every city and state across the country, every main street. Okay. And they're able to do that because of their systems and procedures. We're going to teach you how to do that in your store. 3 days in April. All the information can be found right there by scanning that code or visiting the nextlevelresale.com website.
Yes. And any questions that you have, I know we probably missed them in the chat. Just reach out to hello@nextlevelresale.com and we will get on there. But here's the last thing I just want to say. Going back to, have you cracked the code? Did you crack it? Did you figure it out? Here's the secret. Lizzie, did you figure out the secret?
I don't know. You had so much content here.
I know, we kind of went, here's the deal. The secret, if you want more, you have to do more. You can't sit back and rest on your laurels or expect someone to just give you a magic pill. You have to show up and you have to be different. You have to build something so amazing that the fear of missing out is running rampant. The secret to increasing your bottom line is to be you, your store, your brand, and your vision. This is not a cookie cutter business industry. Those types of businesses just don't stand out. They don't earn the trust. They aren't where your customers want to go when they're just having one of those days. The code is actually knowing your inventory, how much you have and how much you need and what your customers are buying. The code is in offering services that others don't have, like buy now, pay later, or layaway. The code is having the ability to see your store through the eyes of the customer and having connections and adding personal touches to what you do to make your customers feel valued and appreciated. So they become your secret agents and they want to tell everybody about you and they want to come back. So the code, sure, it lies within the walls of your store, but the secret, The gold mine to your success, it's you, the owner, the teacher, the confidant, the safe place, the visionary. See, the real secret isn't a magic bullet. It's unwavering commitment to being you, offering something so unique and building genuine connections. When you unlock this code, you create an experience that goes beyond transactions. You build a community. You become the destination, not just another store. So remember, the gold mine lies within the walls of your store, but it's fueled by the passion and dedication you bring every single day. Now go out there and take your team, yourself, and your store to the next level in resale.
Yeah, and we'll answer any question. Email us at hello@nextlevel. Resale.com. We are big on if you think you can't or you think you can. Either way, you are right. So we hope that you think you can, and we're here to help guide you along that path. Every great performer, high performer, has a coach. We have our own coaches, and we are here to coach you to your next level. Thank you, Lizzie, so much for having us.
Yes,
We
thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you guys. This was so good. For everyone who attended and for those who weren't able to make it, we will be sending out the replay link in the next day or two. You can slow it all down and watch at your own pace because there is so much good content in here and great frameworks, great equations. Neil, thanks for bringing our math front and center. And I just can't thank you guys enough for taking the time and sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you to all of the wonderful customers who joined us, and we look forward to seeing Neil and Angie again soon.